Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in as you come in. That like button. Y'all. If any of y'all have been following this case with Jarvis Butts the night, then you are much as excited as I am when we hear that he has pled guilty. That ZiyaHarris will get justice in this, and we don't have to worry anymore. Because look, he pled guilty. We're gonna get all the way into it, but welcome in, welcome in, welcome. Make sure you're hitting that like button on your way in. Hey, so Star Honey, welcome in, girl. Welcome in. I don't know about you, but I'm excited over his guilty plea. I don't care if his guilty plea means that he is not going to have to be transitioned the way he did poor Naziah. But I tell you what, I'm glad for his plea. Do you know about this case, or are you going to be one of the people that we are going to talk about this case with today? Or do you know about it? I don't you go ahead and exclamation point SO and then tell your drop your stuff, you know, exclamation point SO and drop your stuff. I want to give a shout out to you today. Exclamation point SO, then drop your stuff. Okay. I'm trying to right now, guys, figure out how far behind the um everything is. Okay. Okay. It's not that far behind. Okay, cool. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm glad to see y'all here. I'm finna come on camera right now, guys. Right now. Um so hey everybody. Let me messing with got me out my little thing, but hey everybody. Hey. I really wanted to I had to get on here, y'all. I had to get on here and I had to talk about this case. As soon as I found out what I found out, I was like, hey, Nia, welcome in, girl. As soon as I found out, I said, ooh, I need to get on. I need to get on. Now, everybody that is in here right now, y'all answer me a question right quick. See, I'm still trying to do what I should have did before I got online, but y'all bear with me. Okay, I'm here now. Do y'all know about this case? Do y'all know about this case? Y'all, my friends that are in here right now, that's another reason. Do y'all know about this case? Like, do y'all know what's up with this case? If you know about what's up with this case, put a exclamation mark in the chat for me. Get it in the chat for me. No. Nia, where have you been, friend? Where have you been? You have not heard about this case? Okay, so this girl, this case is out of Detroit. Her name is ZiyaHarris, right? ZiyaHarris. Let me correct this beautiful lady name. Beautiful young lady. 13 years old. 13 years old. Say what again? About where this case out of? Okay, so the case is out of Detroit. Now, ZiyaHarris is the young girl who lost her life to this jerk. We just call it what it is, you know. Jarvis Butts. Jarvis Butts was dating her uncle. Jarvis Butts, and I'm gonna show y'all I'm gonna show y'all a video also, but all let me just tell you. This is why I could tell you off top about this guy, right? This guy, y'all, this guy basically is one of them type of guys who date women for their kids. Not for them, but for their kids. This is what he is. So he was dating Nizira. Sorry, I'm slaughtering your name, girl. Aunt. The aunt. And the aunt, he was dating her. This was in 2024. This all happened in 2024. Who with me? Who with me? Because I really... I'm drinking water, y'all. Who with me? So the girl's name is ZiyaHarris. Today, the guy who was accused of her transitioning, plus some other things, had pled guilty. His name is Jarvis Butts. I don't know who with me and who ain't with me. That's the thing. If you are still here with me, you gotta be. Nia and Soul Star, honey, you still with me. Okay, so y'all want me to continue on with the conversation? Are y'all caught up yet?
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Rochelle Graham. We begin with breaking news. The man...
Okay, good. I'm finna show the video of the breaking news right now, guys, so y'all can see it if y'all haven't seen it. And it kind of goes through a little bit, and then we can go back if you want, like a little watching party, and watch when he first got convicted of this. So I'm about to play the video for y'all now. Make sure y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, hear my screen. I mean, hear and see the screen. I'm pretty sure y'all can. So let's go.
Accused of killing 13-year-old ZiyaHarris has pleaded guilty. Jarvis Butts pleaded guilty to her murder, as well as 5 separate sexual assault cases of 4 different minors. Ziya was last seen getting off her school bus in Detroit back in January 2024. Our Jack Springate joins us live outside 3rd Circuit Court in Detroit with more on his guilty plea. Jack.
Well, Rochelle, one of Jarvis Butts' conditions for...
See, now, let me catch y'all up since y'all haven't heard of this case before. Now, Jarvis not only was accused of sexually assaulting this young lady, he was accused of impregnating her. So this 13-year-old girl was pregnant by Jarvis when she disappeared. See, Jarvis, what he was trying to do, Jarvis was like saying, I'ma try to give you what they believe happened was he tried to give her a home abortion. This is alleged. And something went wrong with it because he had been... Okay, good. He had been known to have done that. Apparently, he made her cousin get one. So he was way out. I'm gonna show y'all some other things where they talk about that. And the whole case is kind of very interesting because the the aunt and the grandmother. All of this, it's kind of wild. But here we go. Let's listen a little more.
Pleading guilty to the murder of ZiyaHarris is a truthful statement regarding her body, which has still not been found. Now,
okay, so this is the part that I believe the reason why they made the plea deal, because they had him. But I believe they made the plea deal because they never found her. She is still missing. Miss ZiyaHarris is still missing. So in order for him to get this plea deal, they are going to have to, hey cousin, welcome in. They are going to have to, he has to give up the body. So that's part of it. This is what they're saying today.
Investigators did find the shoes and clothes she was last said to have been wearing as they conducted a search of the Rouge River near 7 Mile in Berg. That was shortly after she went missing, and they still have never found Ziya. Along with admitting to exactly what happened to her body, Butts agreed to a sentence between 35 and 60 years in prison for the charge of second-degree murder.
35 to 60 years, y'all. 35 to 60 years. This guy is the worst, cousin. This guy is the worst. 35 to 60 years. Well, we're going to hear, because he's going to be sentenced on this. And I misunderstood when I heard this earlier, because he cannot tell them. He can tell them what he did, but he might can't lead them to where this baby is. Let's continue to listen.
At the same time as the other 5 cases he pled guilty to, which all come with a sentencing range of 10 to 15 years, according to court documents from Thursday morning. Now, when I called one of Ziya's biggest advocates, her adult cousin Roxy, and told her the news, she said I was the first to let her know, and how shocking this was for her to hear. This is what she told me, learning what really happened to Ziya would mean to her.
It's almost hard to grasp for air to realize that it's actually happening.
Now, this is Ziya's cousin, who was one of like her really stark advocates, because if you go back and look at some of these cases, the grandmother and the auntie, they suspect. They suspect to me. You know, not to say I understand that they're grieving too, but they all suspect. It just didn't make sense how they didn't appear to be telling the truth. I'm just put it like that. They didn't appear to be telling the truth at all. This man was a predator on all. It's 2 other women who he also pled to today. They're women now. They're like 21 and something. But when this happened to them, they were under the age of 13 or 13, under the age of 14. So they were 13 and below when he decided to put them through a similar thing. And once again, like I said before, that the cousin who Ziya used to be with, said that he forced her to have a home abortion too. I know, OMG, Nia, O to the M to the G. O to the M to the G.
Because with it being so long in a 2-year stretch, it seemed like it was never going to happen. It's a rush of so many feelings right now, but it's unimaginable because we never thought that it would happen.
Butts' sentencing is scheduled 1 month from now. That's March 12th at noon, right back here at the 3rd Circuit Courthouse.
March 12th at noon.
Answers to what
we'll find out.
Did with ZiyaHarris. For now, reporting live in Detroit, I'm Jack.
And then on that day, we'll find out what he did with the beautiful soul that transitioned. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that they're gonna be found? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that this baby gonna be found, or that she may be in that? That's wild, huh? She may be in that river or something. You know, she may be already like, y'all, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna kind of, it's like, this is like, right. I don't think so either. You think they're gonna find her, Soul Star, honey? Or no, you saying no, they're not gonna find her. Look at this guy. Look, just look at how he look, y'all.
All right, good morning, everyone. We're calling cases 24002-236.
I hope they do too. For some reason, I really hope they do, because they do deserve to know where she's at.
These are all in the matters of people versus.
But you know,
Butts. I apologize.
okay, I'm gonna stop it just for a second. But you know what? It's like a rabbit hole. But you know what? It's like, there is no, I don't know how these grown people, and I don't want to put it on it like that, but I don't know how these grown people didn't know. Like, this man is sending her text messages like, meet me in the, yes, you're in that water. Meet me in the basement. You should let these people hear the text messages. Look, let's see. I want to find the perfect part in the, hold on. Let me switch off a bit. Y'all know I'm not no YouTuber now, so I'm trying to be a YouTuber. Okay, I'm trying to be a YouTuber. Okay, let me find the perfect part in this hearing to give y'all some more information while y'all off screen. They did know. They knew. I'm telling you, I know they knew. There's nothing in my heart to tell me they didn't know something was going on. Let me see. I want to find the aunt.
That there was something pregnant. Except
I want to find the aunt. They sick, y'all. I want to see if I could find when the aunt was up there, because that was a good part. Hey, Jazz. The other lady with the blue on. It was on the screen. The other lady with the blue on. Oh, okay. I know what you're saying.
3:39, he then sent a message to her.
Okay. I'll play that one, cousin. Thank you. You helped me out. Thank you. See, that's the YouTuber. I'm not the YouTuber. I don't be knowing. Okay, I'm going to let y'all see it now. I'm going to put y'all back on my screen so y'all can see it. And this is the one where the lead investigator reveals explosive text messages. Okay, so we didn't have to go through that whole one. We found it.
That says, to do.
The grandmother is horrible.
She then immediately replies, to fuck, W-Y-N, or what you need. Then immediately after that, she sends to him, we going or what?
And
damn people don't care.
They
They
to July 1st.
ooh.
Oh, wait, first of all, were any of those
They
messages-
harvest her eggs. Ooh.
All of these were deleted.
Okay. Now to July 1st.
July 1st, 2023 at 14:31, she sends a message to Jarvis that says GM or good morning. At 15:22, he replies, GM quitting. At 15:24, she sends back, whatever, I was tired. And at 15:28, she sends, still my dick though.
This
At
baby.
15:28, he sends to her, there's 3-letter B's, so it's BBB dot BE, and then a space N, and then the uppercase Q and the lowercase q, as we know.
The hell?
He then sends another message at 15:28 with the words no. At 15:29, she sends, okay, fine. Yo, pussy, my dick. He then replies to her at 15:38, who said? She sends back to him, me.
This
Your
poor
pussy.
child. She's
And
13.
that was deleted.
Yes.
And I
Y'all.
want to stay on that same page for a second. Sorry.
Okay, let's just stop it. Y'all. Can y'all believe what y'all just heard? The grown folks in the chat. The grown folks in the chat. I ain't never had no I ain't even never text like that. For real? Ooh. You think it's that deep? Soul Star, do you think it's that deep? Do you think it's that deep? A whole conspiracy? Tomorrow we're going to talk about these conspiracies. But that would be wild. But she was in intimate relations with the guy because she ended up pregnant by him. She was in intimate relations with this guy because she was pregnant by him. That's so she had to be in some type of, the way I hear it. Okay, let's see. Okay, look, let's listen to what the judge say about him after this. Look, listen to this.
And the one thing I had highlighted in pink is the quote, in this case there was no physical evidence such as blood stains or a weapon leaking defendant to Joyce's death. In this case, we don't have the same facts or circumstances. I do agree this is a circumstantial case, and circumstantial evidence is sufficient for bind over and even conviction. Today is January 9th, 2025, exactly 1 year, from the day that ZiyaHarris disappeared. Before I get into the charges, and the main charge of premeditated first-degree murder, I have to speak on ZiyaHarris and the community who failed her. And I'm only presented with certain evidence. I don't know the whole story.
Oh yeah, the judge did let him have it.
The family knows more than me, but from what I have heard over the last
I don't know why my mom would do that.
Is that several people failed her.
Oh, it was a
I don't
link.
know where her mother
Oh,
is.
I gotta go in there and change
other than
that because I
she was
have
forced
like
to
you
live
can't
at
put
home
too many
where she was not protected or given
exclamation
parts
marks because
I don't know where
only
her
I
father
do
is.
that because I have an
I don't have any
exclamation
mention
mark
of them in her life, no
thing.
presence. To Cordell, aka King, and all the men who saw Jarvis Butts hanging out and always around these young girls, including his wife, and his 9-year-old daughter going up to the shop to clean up his shop. The school counselor who never showed up, or the person who was supposed to show up if that counselor was absent, after Naziah was on the floor on the day she went missing, saying that she needed to speak to someone and speak to a counselor.
No, you didn't. You posted exclamation marks. Like right now, mad church disease. Put exclamation mark SO. Put that in the chat right now.
To her adoptive grandmother, Annette Harris, whose testimony, in my opinion, was very questionable. I understand why the people put her on the stand to establish Naziah's residence. And the
Somebody else put exclamation mark fair use.
To establish also that Naziah was not a runaway child, that she was not a bad kid. I do believe she adopted Naziah. I do believe that she had 6 kids in the house.
No, exclamation mark SO. Not so that, exclamation mark SO.
What is hard to believe is that the defendant never came into the house as she testified. And there was also a minor that testified that he did as well. Text messages that show between him and Naziah that he did in the basement, saying he was going to the shower, stealing her panties. He was always lurking around that house and asking for Janiyah and Zaniyah, from what I know.
Right.
I even thought about the breakfast routine.
Mad church disease in the house. Go check my fam content out.
I don't know.
And so if you do 2 exclamation marks, my mod thinks you're trying to make your
How
own
are there 2 women in that house who have birthed
call out, you know, because if you put exclamation mark rumors, somebody put exclamation mark rumors in the chat.
But then after hearing text messages today, begging Jarvis for pads as if she didn't have anyone else to give them for her. And what stood out the most was when Annette Harris stood on the stand, and she learned around 6 p.m. that Ziya did not come home from school, and said she looked around for her and decided to wait until the next morning to call the police. Without a tear, without emotion, or any expression of being devastated. And to her Aunt Shannon, who also showed no emotion, expression of being devastated from the Ziya going missing.
Was one of my problems. When I had first seen the way the auntie, the way the mother, the way the grandmother, the way they just didn't have any concern or any emotions and waited 24 hours for a baby that came home every night. Where did you think she was? No, I think you knew she was with that boy. I think you knew she was with that boy. I had to kick Kush out, y'all. I really do think you knew she was with that boy. And whatever. Or you knew, you know, because Detroit, girl, Detroit. And this man basically, he went after women for their children, because this is not his first rodeo doing this. He was actually about to go on trial for 2 other ones when he did this. He had already been charged with 2 other underage abuse things. This judge read him his rights, though. Let's finish. Let's let the sister go. Let's let the sister go.
She stated that she had friends help look for Ziya, but was directed to just wait until the morning to call the police. A grown woman who likely suspected something strange going on didn't feel the need to call the police either. They were both able to go to sleep at night without hearing from Ziya or having any indication that she was coming home that night. And of course, the defendant, who I will get to in a minute. I don't know who else failed Ziya, but the community did. As far as the people establishing probable cause, I will focus on count 1, as it's been stated that there is no contention with counts 2 and 3. In count 3, I will amend based off of the motion and the testimony I heard that Ziya was 12 and not 13 at the time that Jarvis Butts had sexual intercourse with her. The prosecution is correct. You do not have to have a body to establish first-degree premeditated murder. It would have been a much shorter exam had her body been found, but this is where we are. In the last 365 days, no text messages. We all heard today and yesterday that she was very active and frequently texted. No social media for a year.
It took over a year for this man to get indicted of this. So this is not something that she went missing and then he turned around and got arrested for it, even though they knew that this man has been out roaming around. This happened July the 9th of 2024. He didn't even, this is 2026, y'all. He is just now pleading guilty to this because He is trying to, he didn't want the death penalty, y'all. That's what that was. That he really was trying to avoid, he really was trying to avoid, he really was trying to avoid this, what happened to him. But yeah, let's continue.
We heard through testimony that she was also active on social media. No phone calls, which she was also able to do according to testimony. No physical sighting of her by anyone. She never came back to school. No one has seen her. Medical records dated from July 2014 to October 2023 indicated that she had no life-threatening medical issues that would lead to a natural cause of death. The black hoodie found in the area of 7 Muhlenberg with her DNA and blood on it. The holes in the hoodie consistent with some sort of struggle, violence, or weapon being used. And we know that there were no holes in that hoodie when she wore it to school. We saw a picture of her in a black hoodie on her last day that everyone saw her. I do believe her grandma testified truthfully about the sweatshirt that she had on, and that was actually new. And the border agent, who said that no evidence of animals would have destroyed the clothing or the shoes to possibly lead to animals tearing up that hoodie. The clear glasses found in the blue Nissan the day after she went missing.
So, what do you guys really think about the justice system when it comes to this long way of really bringing these criminals to justice? Like, this guy really was already on trial for some other jazz. I mean, not on trial, but he was about to go to trial for some other jazz. And there's even been testimony where Child Protective Services had warned of her conditions and the things that she was like. They really failed this young lady altogether. And would you be calling for charges against them too?
They looked exactly like the glasses she had on in her last picture, according to the witness. The shoes that her brother described as the same shoes that were found also in the area of 7 Muhlenberg near the hoodie. While this is still probable cause, the evidence all points to Jarvis Butts. His locations, him being seen with her last, the abortion searches, the abrupt silence between the two of them in text messages, and the constant lies he told throughout the entire investigation. And they were proven to be lies with text messages and other testimony. We may never know what happened, but from what I heard today and over the last 4 or 5 days, it appears he intended to perform what he thought was a do-it-yourself abortion on the Zia. It went south, and instead of seeking medical attention for her, he intentionally killed her and tried his best to cover it up. As much as I want her to be alive today, there is at least probable cause to show and believe that she's dead and that she was murdered by Jarvis Butts. Mr. Butts, stand up. You've been sitting over there for 4 days with your head down, sitting between and behind your attorney with your mask on and taking vigorous notes. I want you to pay attention and listen to everything I have to say. I have been trying to figure out for the last 5 days, you. At one point, I thought you were cognitively impaired in the beginning of this exam. And then maybe you had the brain of a...
They don't.
And that's why you were...
They do not have the body. See, this is before, this is a year ago when they first found out about him. Today he pled guilty. And part of that guilty plea, you can call me Jazz, is that he says what he does to her body, what he did to her body. And we don't know what he did to her body, and we will not know that until 30 days from today. He goes back to court, and we will find out what happened to this baby's body. He has to tell it in order for the deal. He took a plea deal, which He says that the judge can sentence him anywhere from 30 to 60 years. What we would like is we would like for him to get to 60. You need the 60 years, buddy. You need the 60. You need the 60 because you're a menace. You need the 60 because you're sick.
Doing such things. But as I heard more and more testimony, you're just the true definition of a pedophile. Watching you laugh and brag about all the women you have with different women and the children and the girlfriends, and making babies to groom them, and having them in your presence, and cleaning up, quote, cleaning up your shop, and the little girls around you, has landed you here today. You groomed Ziya. You played mind games with her. We all heard that. You controlled her emotionally. She was exposed to so much at such a young age. The text messages between you two were disgusting to hear. And to think that she had you saved in her phone as bae for life. Ziya deserves so much more. And while I mentioned other people that failed her, Jarvis Butts, you are the monster in this whole picture. She did deserve love from her parents and everyone who was in her life. She was ignored, she was neglected, and you took complete advantage of that. She wanted someone to love her, and she will never know what that feels like. Your children deserve more.
Right. It's 65 years because I honestly think that they're not going to find her. I have a feeling that they're not going to be able to find her. He might say what he did with her, which we're never going to know if that's the truth. I think he's like, there has to be something wrong with him. There has to be. This is a 12-year-old baby. There has to be something wrong with this grown man, y'all. I don't care. It has to be something wrong with him. It really, no. No, the buddy, for real. Like, you need to just go because it's like there's just nothing else to talk about because I think that even if she is somewhere where she can be discovered, he's not going to tell it. And I believe that all the time that he was out, if it was somewhere where she could be discovered, that's already over. That's already over. That's already over. And look at how he looking, y'all. Let's finish looking at this fool, how he looking when this first start. This why he played guilty. He knew he was sauced right now.
As much as defense counsel has raised issues on count one, all that has done is raise the question of fact for the trier fact, which means that this will be for a jury or judge to hear at Third Circuit. I pray for the healing of all the victims and the young girls and possibly boys who have come into contact with you. As a community, we should look at this case as a prime example.
She's saying possibly boys. She let him have it. She said possibly boys.
Especially our black girls. I pray for closure and healing for all those who have been traumatized by you. And for you, Jarvis Butts, I wish you a speedy trial and that justice be delivered. Your bind over date is January 16th at 9 o'clock a.m. The case regarding
Y'all. And so, although I would, okay, so let's talk about that. Who think that he should have got a plea deal? Like, who really think that they should have let him plead this out? Or who think like maybe they should have took it to trial? It's a lot of like circumstantial evidence in this. So would you have liked to see this go to trial to see if a jury could convict him and really put the smash down on him? Like, do you believe in the in the transition penalty. You believe in the transition penalty. So, okay, so you can call me Jazz, like, absolutely not. You don't believe in the transition penalty. They should, you like, or you do believe in it and you like, fry him. That's what I said too. Mad church disease. If you cannot produce the body, no plea deal. No plea deal. That's what I was thinking when I first seen the news thing. I thought it said that it was going to be no deal if he didn't, but that's not what I just heard just now. What I just heard right now is he needs to say what he did with her. So if he says he threw her in the river, they would have to, is that a river that they found the stuff at? Does anybody know? Does anybody know whether or not that was a river or was that a lake that they found the original clothes? Do anybody know? I don't know. But if it's like a lake, then that means that they could drain that lake. They could drain that. But if it's like a river that's attached to like one of the larger rivers, or that leads out to the ocean, then that body could be anywhere, y'all. That body could be anywhere. I was trying to see if I could find out where where the stuff was. Well, his sister was all caught up in this too. I would hate to be his sister. I would not want to be his sister. Y'all. I don't know about y'all, because this is my brother. Nobody would know this was my brother. I would not, they would not, I would not be, no. No way could I let them know that this was my brother. I would not tell anybody. There is no way. There is no way. And he got other charges and everything, and all of this is like, it's like 60 up within that. No, 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 no. That is not the lick, y'all. That is not the lick. I'm trying to see if we.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Rupert Butts' guilty plea comes just days before his trial was set to start. Let's get live to Fox News' Ingrid Kelly. She's in Detroit on his sentencing agreement. Ingrid.
Well, good evening, Roop. Butts actually entered that plea at Third Circuit Court. But, the question still remains, where is Naziya's body?
This is the culmination of perhaps a proper decision on his part.
Jarvis Butts, the man charged in connection to the death and sexual assault of 13-year-old ZiyaHarris, pleaded guilty to murder and a number of sexual assault counts during a pretrial hearing. Here's legal expert attorney Todd Perkins, who was not affiliated with this case.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Rupert Butts' guilty plea comes just days before his trial was set to start. Let's get live to Fox News' Ingrid Kelly. She's in Detroit with more on his sentencing agreement. Ingrid.
Well, good evening, Roop. Butts actually entered that plea at Third Circuit Court. But, the question still remains, where is Naziya's body?
this is the culmination of perhaps a proper decision on his part.
Jarvis Butts, the man charged in connection to the death and sexual assault of 13-year-old ZiyaHarris, pleaded guilty to murder and a number of sexual assault counts during a pretrial hearing. Here's legal expert attorney Todd Perkins, who is not affiliated with this case.
Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is the Office of Community Prosecution. They wrap their arms around families before they would make an offer in this type of case, and I'm sure they did that in this case.
It's alleged Butts developed a relationship with the teen. Last year, Butts was bound over for trial in connection to Nazia's disappearance. She was last seen getting off a school bus on January 9th, 2024 in Detroit.
It brings closure to the family, and I believe the family got something out of this in the sense that they had this great traumatic loss, but they have someone who makes a statement and also gives information to the prosecutor's office and law enforcement to bring that closure about.
Yeah. Back out here live, Attorney Perkins, he actually spoke to us earlier today at Fox 2 Detroit Live. Now, back to Butts. He is set to be sentenced next month, and it's expected that he will spend decades in prison. Roop, back to you.
Yeah, Ingrid, you talk a little bit about if this was to move forward with all of the court proceedings, how painful this testimony has been already for family members and how gruesome some of the details are and have been. It is at least a little solace that they don't have to be drugged through something like that.
That's probably why they was okay with it, y'all.
It really is, but you know what? I will say, this became like a case for all of society. I mean, everyone felt this family's pain, and I think many people are still asking, where is this child's body? Now, I did reach out to the prosecutor's office to find out, as a part of this, plea, if, Butts will have to say where the body is. So we're still waiting on a response. But I think that is the question everyone really wants to know.
Yeah, that's the question I want to know.
Bring some justice, because at least that way they can actually lay this child to rest properly. Back to you.
Yeah, they certainly do need that closure. Ingrid Kelly for us live tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But for me, y'all, the way the other newscaster said it, it was almost like,
You can state your name for the record.
Butts.
And how will
that's the sister, y'all. That's the sister. That's the sister. We gonna leave her up here. That's the sister. But I wouldn't have wanted to be on that. They'd had to put me, like, I would have been like, no, I need my privacy. I'm not finna get up there and show my face. That's the sister, y'all. But it don't sound like he gonna need to tell about where this baby is. I just think that he just needs to say what he did with her. And what he did with her, nobody really knows if that's the truth. Because he could have went and, did something afterwards. Because, they really wasn't watching him the way they should have been watching him. Because that's just how the police is. The police didn't care about that little chocolate girl like that. And they didn't immediately put him under surveillance and things like that. So he probably had an opportunity to go back and do something. And this is like exclamation point rumors type thing. Exclamation point rumor in the chat for me. Because I'm just making this up. I don't know that this is true. They might have had him under surveillance. I don't know. But you know how they be doing us. So they might have didn't even have him under surveillance or anything like that. So he could have went back and did something with her. And all of that stuff by the river could have just been staged so that they would be looking by the river. But she was never by no river. Ever by no river. He isn't going to tell. He wants to hurt. Yeah, I don't think he's going to tell either. I don't think he's going to tell either, cousin. I don't think he's going to tell anything. I think that he is, once again, I just got this feeling that whole, her shoes and all of that stuff being found down by the river was like a plant, right? Because how did she get out of her shoes and the shirt and, that's all like something he planted down there to try to throw them off of his trail. He had already disposed of that baby body. So yeah, I don't believe that he is either. These dudes be be in jail. These dudes beat him up in jail like his first week there. He came to court with a black eye. I bet he did. Because somebody whooped his butt because they thought about their daughter. Like, come on now. Come on now. You know, it's some real men out there. Like, you ain't gonna mess with their daughters. They mad that they ain't out there getting on the daughters, the boys, the daughters' ages. Honey, I mean, not like that. You know, I don't want to. We don't. Violence is not our page. Like on this channel, we don't talk about violence. Yet, it just sometimes, you know, things happen. But you know, we don't support it. But if it happened, we ain't gonna put our body in between, type thing. So, guys. Tomorrow, because you know this was just a pop-up because I really wanted to get this out. So thank you guys for coming and helping me test so that tomorrow when I get on for the regular show, I will be a little bit more comfortable with the transitions and things like that. So I do appreciate love each and every one of y'all for coming on here and doing this. Tomorrow, you know what I want to talk about tomorrow? I know I said I was going to talk about the Kata Scott, the Kanika Jenkins and the Tyrone Davis case, which I am. But what I want to talk about in there is all of these conspiracy theories. When it comes to some of these high cases, because if y'all heard of the Tyrone Davis case, if y'all ain't heard of that case got so many theories, it's not even funny. Like the content creators are going crazy on what the heck happened to that boy. They doing Kanika Jenkins. There is so many conspiracies about what happened to that baby. Just like many. And for Kata Scott, I am concerned that someone isn't okay. Thank you. I love you. I am concerned. Thank you for coming and supporting me. I am concerned with why somebody else ain't arrested in that Kata Scott case. It don't make sense that they don't know who them people are that was in that car with Keon King. That's what I want to know. When is the other arrest coming? But I really want to talk about, is the internet detectives, such as us, people that come up with the scenarios, going too far? Are we taking it too far? So that will be on tomorrow's show. Are we taking it too far? And also, I am going to see if I can hear from someone. Because I want to know what in the heck happened to Miss Jenkins' hair. That hair has me puzzled. The way her hair looked when they find her and the way her hair looked prior to her going in that freezer have me wanting to say, And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, look at the freezer pictures and look at the videos. Her hair looks matted in the freezer. Like she had water or something. Something to make her hair do something. And it just didn't do that from going in the freezer. It does not even look the same. At all. So, I think it's something up. But, are we going too far with our scenarios? Are people actually being taken out because they are trying to mix the scenarios into things that don't belong? Or what? And I got maybe an exclusive on that girl Gabby. Kata Scott. You know, the one that came out on TikTok. I might have an exclusive look into who she really is as a person. You might know somebody that knows somebody. So, come back and see tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Bye, everybody. Let me hear you say bye, 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 bye. Y'all let me hear you all say bye-bye before I leave. Later. Bye, Purple Wizard. The Purple Wizard has left the building. The Purple Wizard has left the building.